Alrighty, so let's start talking to our crew members,
Hey
because
there.
after you
What
get
can I
done
do
with the
for you?
world, told you gotta
Don't
talk to
worry.
everyone.
I won't let the search for Griff.
Oh,
Want to
no I don't. No I don't. Exit out. Yep. Alright, so can't do anything with mission right now. Can you do
Yeah,
anything with
what do you want?
Candace? Do you, blah blah blah. Nope. Oh, you know what? Where is it? Let's do that, because now our repair skill should be pretty darn high. 17. We should be able to do
Statement.
something.
8.
I'd like to try restoring some of your memory.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up, request.
Let's get started.
Statement. And now
Yes,
rewire
nice.
the last 3 relays. Yes, good. Well done, Master.
Cool.
I believe your operation was a success. Accessing new memory. Access complete. I have recovered the last of my deleted memory, Master. Unfortunately, my history is still not complete.
Huh? What? Why not?
Answer. As I did inform you, Master, the majority of my memory is still locked within my core. That can only be accessed by the appropriate stimuli, and I have no idea what that stimuli might be, unfortunately. Sadly, it seems my true origins will always be a mystery.
Are you sure your core just isn't damaged?
Observation. If it was, Master, your restorations will certainly have ensured that the proper stimulus restores my core's functions. Sadly, that could have already happened and we missed it, and my core was too damaged to activate. Oh, woe is me.
You're eager to find your origins, are you?
Query. Wouldn't you be, Master? Here I am, surrounded by all these meat bags, and all I desire is true perfection. Surely there are more droids like me out there. Or is that too much to hope?
Well,
Objection. Oh, fine. Laugh at me, Master. Humiliate your pet droid. Go ahead.
you know I love you. So tell me about this last owner then.
Correction. That would actually be my first owner, Master. The first I can remember. I had completed an assassination in Mandalorian space, though I have no knowledge of what my target was or who sent me. Regardless, my motor function had been damaged, and I could not return to wherever I had been sent from. A Mandalorian soldier claimed me as booty, I believe. He repaired me, poorly I might add, and proceeded to use my assassination protocol to raise his rank.
It appears no one could resist using your protocol.
Query. Do you not have enemies that you would desire eliminated, Master? If my protocol still worked, would you not use it?
No, of course not.
Statement. If you say so, Master. At any rate, it seems that my Mandalorian owner finally decided to send me against Mandalore himself. My poorest performance, sadly.
Oh, why is that?
Answer. I was captured by this Mandalore during the attempt. He was able to reverse my programming and send me after my own master. It was quite distressing. There was little I could do. Needless to say, I dispatched the Mandalorian soldier efficiently. Once I deactivated, I believe I eventually ended up on the black market and was sold to the Hutt on Slaheron. My darkest day.
So you killed that master directly.
Statement. So I did. I am not very proud of that, Master. The soldier seemed very startled, I must say.
So you couldn't kill a Mandalore, hey?
Statement. With all due respect, Master, he is the leader of the Mandalorians. Perhaps my old master was foolish to send me after him.
I actually haven't heard all of this story, because I've never gotten my repair up that high. So can you remember anything else?
Answer. There are a few Mandalorian implants that I can activate now. They will improve my performance. Beyond that, Master, there is nothing more I can relate to you. With luck, we will discover the stimulus to unlock my core very soon.
Cool. Because of your repairs, will now regenerate at a rate of 1 vitality point every 3 seconds and has gained an additional 2 bonus to dexterity. So he has become pretty darn awesome. Okay, so we just got to get to the right stimulus. Something else I'm going to do with my lightsabers is stun. Let's see, that's Bondar Damid. Attack bonus of 3. That's not even that good. This one equipped. Let's go with blue. Damid, next door, assemble. I like her violet one. Assemble, close, ranged, Ordo's repeating, we got that. Karth, got that. Bendax, might as well. Okay, Bacchus ceremonial blade, assemble. Assemble, sweet. Armor, Callow Nords, Shawnee Fiber. Cool. Oh, so awesome. Okay, so we can talk to Jolie now.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Oh. Can you make a healing kit for me?
I suppose I could whip up. Well, not.
Okay, so he can give us healing kits, and apparently we can't talk to him just yet. Where is... There she is. Why don't you make me a grade? We'll talk later. Okay, whatever.
How may I be of
I was wondering if we could talk. Finally,
what is
someone
it you
I
would
can do
like
it.
to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Oh, please do.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Near the world where your species come from?
Cathar was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
How did that happen?
They swooped down from space across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Why did the Republic not help you?
We were not members of the Republic. Cathar was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships there remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
But you survived.
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
Well, how did your family cope?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
Oh man, that's tragic.
I don't need your sarcasm or your pity. He died
Oh,
at the
didn't
hands
mean to
of
be.
another, killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
How may I be of a...
Wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would...
What happened after your father died?
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Terrace. It was not easy for her.
How so?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange. A band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
Oh man, did she die?
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Terrace.
So you were enslaved?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
And they freed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
So it all comes full circle. What did you do?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine, and we both know what has happened since then.
Yes, we do. You became a Jedi.
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Okay. Anything else?
How may I be...
Wondering if we could
What
talk.
is it you would...
Nothing for now. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. That's sounded somewhat final. Let's see, and there's nothing... Who's over here? I forget. Nope, nobody. Keep thinking of like KOTOR 2, which I don't like as much as this game. I just talked to you, Basilisk, so I
How can I
shouldn't have
help?
to talk to you again. You're curious about something.
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
Go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. And with so little training. For me, it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
It's a struggle for me sometimes.
That's a relief to hear. I have never found the Jedi path an easy one to walk. And it's good to know I'm not alone. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
You have to trust in the wisdom of the Jedi Code.
Yes, of course, you're right. I have to remember my training. The Masters know well the corrupting influence of the dark side. Although it is hard for me to imagine. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
She's kind of a conflicting
How can I help?
mind.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Now you have probably some stuff Tell me about Saul.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
Yep, but it seems to be more personal than that is all.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
That's why I asked, didn't I?
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
That's terrible.
Of course not. How could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like, your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon to join her.
So what happened to your son? You didn't say.
His name was Dustil, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
Okay.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Okay.
You got it.
Looks like we are all set. Time to go to another planet. So we have completed... Oh, we can go to Yavin. Let's not go to Yavin just yet. I don't think you can go there until you get to a special part in the game. But we've completed 2 of the worlds. We have basically 3 more to go. We're going to go to Mannan. No, not Korriban yet. Korriban I like to save for last. Just, yeah, it looks so nice. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours.
That's Saul, actually.
You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Mannan, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
Uh-oh, Darth Mannan. That guy's pretty evil. Jeez. Dude, you didn't need to show off your skills, man. We pretty much know you're pretty badass. I mean, you can just check you out. I mean, with that turtleneck chest plate, I mean...
Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Alright, let's check out where the Star Forge is.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Revan Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Mannan is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
But it looked like the star map was underwater.
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Yes, it is, and we will do that in the next part. This has been The Pitching Ace 88. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. Next stop will be the city of Mannan. Over and out.